I recently made this 13-foot sustainable wall sculpture for a bank in Burlington, Vermont, and I documented the entire process. But before we get into it, let's take it back before it all began. Before I started this custom art piece, I took a much-needed break from my studio after finishing another very time-intensive commission. I spent these slow summer days filled with nature, adventure, family, friends, and art, and these wholesome moments will definitely go down in my cherished memories. But with this large commission, the studio was calling my name, so I made my way to my local thrift store to source all of my fabric. This is my favorite way to collect materials for my sculptures because it fulfills my commitment to making environmentally friendly, low-impact art. It gives a new life to clothing that would otherwise end up in a landfill one day, and it also really drives my creative process. So once I gathered my supplies, it was time to deconstruct all of the clothing by removing the tags, embellishments, and seams. None of these scraps go to waste because I've been collecting my scraps for years to one day use in a sculptural series. Another part of my day-to-day studio practice is constantly cleaning up my toddler's toys since my studio is a shared space with her playroom, but honestly, this brings me so much joy. After deconstructing my fabric and cutting it into a variety of random shapes and sizes, it was time to sew clusters of long pockets to start forming the three-dimensional elements. So I just got 6 of these huge, really squishy boxes delivered to our house, and I'm so excited to open them up because they are new material that I haven't worked with yet, but I think is very promising. So if you're familiar with my work at all, you may know that a lot of my sculptures are stuffed so that they become soft sculptures. They're super squishy and playful, and they come alive in that way. And for a long time I had been using like a polyester filling that you would just buy at like Walmart or Joann's or whatever, just like really convenient and cheap. But I was using that material before I was really aware of my art practice's sustainable impact on the planet. And so now that sustainability is deeply a part of my life and my practice as an artist, I got kapok fiber. I'm not sure, I think that's how you pronounce it, kapok, which is a plant-based fluffy material that wow, with this big commission have invested in organic, oh my gosh, it's so soft, organic kapok fiber. It feels so silky. Oh my gosh, I've never seen this fiber in person. I've always heard about it, but wow, oh my goodness. Okay, I'm gonna come close to you guys so you can see. Oh wow, it is so fluffy and light and incredible. It's definitely more expensive. I'm not going to deny that, but it's so worth the investment.
Now, before I got back into the commission, I had to prep and pack 2 wall sculptures for an exhibition in upstate New York at a beautiful space called Ravenwood.
And when I fall asleep, I've got your name playing on repeat. I know I'm one step closer, but you're 2 steps out of reach. So when I'm in heaven, will you be my Valentine? I don't have the guts to face you out, I'm still alive. When we're in heaven, maybe then it'll be our time. But till I'm in heaven, you can't be my Valentine. I hope I'm not too late, but my feelings were in no way. I know I'll still be thinking about what I didn't say. So when I'm in heaven, will you be my Valentine? I don't have the guts to face you out, I'm still alive.
After the artwork was safely shipped off, I dove back into this 13-foot wall sculpture by stuffing all of the pockets with the kapok fiber. And you know, every stage of this project was so time-consuming, and this part was perhaps the most, but I love what I do, and I also really fell in love with this kapok fiber.
Ooh, I'm definitely drinking more coffee than I normally would because I am getting less sleep than I normally would just to stay on schedule with this commission. And yesterday I had to take the entire day off to travel to go see the space on site, which was such a cool opportunity because most of my commissions and projects, I don't ever get to see the space in person before things are installed. I have about a week and a half left for this project and I'm feeling good, I am, but definitely feeling a bit overwhelmed still. And so I normally don't do this, but last night I mapped out my to-do list for every single day to really make sure that I'm hitting my my goals and make sure that everything's done on time, and having it like right above my desk. I see why people like doing that. It's really satisfying and goal driven and keeping me just on track. So I'll probably do that going forward, but I will say my poor walls are so blank and I usually like to have my art decorating my space. So I'll have to put something up in the meantime since everything is off in the world right now. And I'm not complaining, I'm so grateful, but I do feel like my studio is just really bare. And yeah, it just means I need to make more art for myself.
The next stage was assembling the composition by piecing together all of the individual segments, but first I had to separate the colors, which was so satisfying. I decided to do this process on the floor because I did not have enough wall space, but this honestly worked out really well because my pins pushed into the carpet with such ease and held everything into place quite nicely. This process alone took me close to 8 hours. Once everything was pinned together, I sewed each color section separately so it was easier to physically handle. And then I pulled out my handy dandy lint roller to remove any excess fluff and kapak fiber from the fabric. Sewing it all together is definitely one of the most satisfying parts of this sculptural process. So I get asked all the time how I back my wall sculptures, and the simplest answer is that I commonly adhese my work to a very thin, flexible piece of high quality wood, and this ensures my work is sturdy, lightweight, and easy to install. Now, since this sculpture is 13 feet long, I decided to split it into two sections, combining the purple with the yellow and the orange with the blue. And so one of the most important tasks in the end was ensuring these two sections seamlessly connected once they were installed. I didn't end up documenting how I attached the sculpture to my wood backing because I did it late into the night. But after I painted my edges the color of the bank's wall, I used a variety of adhesives to fuse the fabric to the wood. And here we are, the final stretch. Honestly, I was so proud of myself for following my super tight schedule to ensure the installation day was as stress-free as possible. At that point, everything had been finished and prepped the day before so I could pack first thing in the morning and hit the road. The installation went so well. It was just the best feeling to see such a large piece come together in this space and knowing that it's going to be there permanently on display for my Vermont community. The bank also purchased this slurp triptych for right in their main entrance, which is so fun. I feel like it's so unique to see a bank invest in such colorful abstract art, and I'm just really grateful for this opportunity.